All right, Collector Summit 2025. It's about to begin. It is Friday morning and a rainy day in the Metro Detroit area. We're headed to the airport, and I hope to God that the TSA lines are not long. I'm hearing mixed things across the country, but we're leaving way early enough where it shouldn't be a problem. So, all right, let's head to the airport and see what it's like. All right, so we're here. Made it to the airport, and it's not too bad. It's not bad at all. So, very happy. Everyone, I know, worried with the whole government shutdown and TSA people maybe not having enough people to do screening and security, but I mean, this is less than normal. So, very happy about that. All right, let's get through this. All right, that security line took 6 minutes. 6 minutes at whatever time it is, 10:30 in the morning. So, that was probably the fastest security at Detroit Metro Airport than I've ever have. All right, where are we heading? We gotta go all the way down to A5. Okay, let's go. See if our flight's on time. All right, here's our plane. It's ready. Still got a ways to go, but glad it's here. No delays, it looks like, and the rain is stopping, so fingers crossed we should get to Dallas on time, I think. All right, now it's time to get some food. We are back. That is the Westin, where we stay. At least most of us stay there. And we are gonna go get our room and then figure out what to do here. All right. Back at the Westin, Las Colinas, Irving, Texas, essentially Dallas. And it looks like it always has. And all right, we're gonna go check in, go to the room, go work out, and then we've got the launch party later tonight. Here we go. All right, everyone, it is Saturday, and last night was the launch party, and we went to Pinstack, so it was really great. Nice to see a lot of familiar faces, good food. There was bowling, yes, some drinks, but it's Saturday now, and we are headed to my comic shop for a tour. But before we go there, we're gonna get a little pick-me-up at this place, and then we'll head on over. Oh, and by the way, gas, $2.48. All right, so we're coming up on my comic shop, also known as Lone Star Comics, and it's a very nondescript building. I think this is it right here. So yeah, they don't advertise that they're a comic book warehouse, but this is where they are. The gate is open. That's a good sign. So the first tour is at 2:30, and I think they have a second one at 3:30, but who knows? Not sure how many people are coming to this, but we're gonna go. We did it 2 years ago. Hold on, let me turn this thing around. All right, so 2 years ago, my comic shop did a tour during the Collector Summit weekend, and it was great. It was a hit. Same thing, they had 2 time slots. It was huge. Go back and look at my video from a couple years ago. I think I posted a picture of everybody that was on the tour. It was a picture provided by my comic shop because they don't allow photos and video to be taken, unfortunately. I don't blame them, but unfortunately, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same thing. I may ask if I can take some pictures of like their lobby area or, you know, something where I wouldn't be giving stuff away. Maybe their office area, who knows? But I don't know. I don't know if I'll be brave enough to ask that, but we'll see. But hopefully the owner's there, and I know they have a table tonight as well at the summit. So tonight is preview night, starts at 5 o'clock, and then tomorrow's the actual show. But you know, there's a lot of selling that goes on tonight as well during the preview night. But anyway, all right, we got more people showing up here. So, okay, all right, I'm gonna head out. We're gonna see if no pictures and no video, then you know, I'll give you a quick recap here when we get back out, and then we're gonna get ready for preview night. All right, let's go.
Do that again. So you take a picture of this.
Yeah.
So while we're waiting, can I get names for everybody?
All the dealers and cameras around here somewhere?
Yeah, he's right
They're working on the other gimbal.
Who doesn't love time?
Yeah, exactly. Who doesn't?
Who doesn't love Schomburg? Come on. We brought a really cool pulp. Yeah, I brought some different stuff.
Until we started doing pulp study like Schomburg.
Yeah.
Schomburg also has a brother that, did you know that?
Yes, the pulp.
All right, so we're done. The tour is over. It was fantastic. And as you saw, they let us take a little bit of film and pictures, whatever you wanted to do, in the front office area, kind of like their lobby area, but nothing past certain doors. But that was really cool to be able to get that stuff. And you saw there was an original piece of art from Joe Shuster of Superman right at the entrance. I'm pretty sure that was Buddy's office there. But anyway, that was really neat to see that. So I was glad I could get a close-up of that and show you guys. And the tour was very similar to the way it was a couple years ago. They took us around the entire building. They actually took us into a couple areas that we hadn't seen before, like some of their vaulted areas. That was really nice to see that, and just how they organize everything is pretty impressive, right? For a massive amount of, I think it's 5 million comic books. They do a really good job organizing it all, and I'm sure, as all of us can attest to, as soon as you start getting too many comics in your house or your garage or your storage area, wherever you keep it, it can get out of control pretty quickly. So they do a very good job. But anyway, that was it. Maybe I'll talk about it a little bit more, but as of now, we're gonna head back to the hotel and then head over to preview night and show you some great stuff on display. All right, let's go. All right, we're heading over this hill, and on our right is Heritage Auctions, right there, and that's where we are going. A few people outside, not a ton of people. Let's go park, and let's head into preview night.
It's that moment now where you do kind of want to feel like it's ready to leave.
All right, guys, we just got in to preview night, so not everyone is here yet. You can see the setup. A lot of the usual players here. And we're gonna go look around, get some food. There's the food over here. Not sure where the bar is, but we'll be heading there as well. And more people coming in. All right, let's have at it. All right, Superman #1, part of the signature auction going on right now. I think it's about $3.5 million.
be the middle of it.
There's some other big ones. Look at these. That's a great book. White Pages. Cap number 1, the White Pages. And some popes. All right, also this amazing Neil Adams cover, Superman 233, original cover art, which is unbelievable.
This right here is where it's at.
That, I don't know, I can't even guess, right? Definitely over $1 million. I'm assuming it'll go for. And then some really cool Frazetta original art as well. Original cover art. Just amazing. So they're thinking these are gonna go for over 600 grand. And yeah, I'm thinking over $1 million on this one. And if we go to the Superman 1 again, that is their estimate. So last I checked, it was around $3.5 million. They're thinking it could go for over 6. Amazing.
Dan?
He was such a nice guy. That was nice.
Yeah, yeah.
He's super talented.
Yes. Yeah, the art and everything. Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. Super rare.
I have the Life magazine. I think there's Life magazine.
There's a science fiction club.
You literally have to find a warehouse finder.
You know, born in the 20s, 40 years before me. So he was a collector and he was a connoisseur. He taught me a lot.
It looks like.
All right, we got to do it. We got to do it. All right, folks, here we go. It's Sunday, show day. I got all the books packed in here and a few back here as well. We're going to see. Maybe I'll sell some, maybe I won't. I'm definitely going to buy some stuff. Last night was great. This is the figure that I got for the year. So the way this works is every year there are 50 figures that are made for attendees that, well, I don't know if it's 50 or what, but whoever gets one of the gold ticket levels. And they get these custom-made figures, and it's Collector Summit branded. And this one happens to be Ironjaw from Boy Comics number 9. So pretty cool. Unfortunately, the figure is covering the picture of Ironjaw on the cover of the comic, but still really cool figure. Very, very cool. I can't remember the name of the guy who makes them. I think it's like Kingdom of Spiders or something, but I'll post his Instagram right on the top here so you see it. But he makes great figures. He does other custom stuff too. So if you want something, reach out to him. All right, time to go. All right, we're walking in. Food trucks are already here. There we go. It's the man of the hour. You see him.
Steven, that's it. Breakfast Ferrari. Oh.
Do you agree, right?
What cut of the YouTube monetization do we get?
You'll be very disappointed once you find out how much I get.
They probably make you pay to be on there.
All right, guys, it is wrapping up. We've got like 15 minutes left in the show, and some booths have already packed up. Like, used to be a booth here where this guy's hanging out. But yeah, great show as usual. Lots of wheeling and dealing going on. And when I get back home, we'll definitely talk more about it. All right, signing off from Collector Summit 2025. Okay, so that was it. Collector Summit 2025. It is definitely in the books. It was, let's see, I've gone to every single one of them that's been in Dallas. So for the past 4 years, they've had Collector Summit in Dallas. The first year, they had it out in, I believe, Bellevue, Washington. And I did not go to that one, but once I knew it was going to be at Dallas, along with many other people at Heritage, we knew it would be a great opportunity. So my fourth time going, been at every single one of the Dallas ones, and did not disappoint. I took as much footage as I could. You saw some of the footage at my comic shop. That is just a great tour, and I think it was really nice of them to let us at least take some video inside the main lobby and the front offices. That was kind of neat, seeing some of the historical stuff, some of their signs and the artwork they have out there. And, you know, we went through the entire warehouse, saw everything. They took us through the vaults that we did not go through the last time we did it a couple years ago. So that was fun to see. And they're just a very top-notch organization there. And again, 5 million comics to manage. I think it's 5 million comics. So great job with that. Preview night was great. And then the show was fantastic as well. Just tons of great dealers there with lots of great stuff. I mean, you think of any type of Golden Age book, whether it's superhero, horror, romance, sci-fi. They had a lot. I won't say every single book was there, but they had, you know, almost everything you could imagine and more. Yeah, there were definitely some pricey books there, things that were way out of my range. And in fact, I did not buy anything while I was there. I had my eyes on a few things. And again, you got to remember this show is also for like networking and getting to know people that, you know, are in the same interested in the same types of comic books. So a lot of people bring their own stuff as well, aside from the dealers, just the regular attendees, and I did as well. And sometimes there's some trading or some selling that happens. And I did not sell any of my stuff at the show. After the show, I sold something at the hotel, and then there was a lead on one of my books from someone who was at the show who told someone else. And they bought a book from me. It was a Golden Age cap a day after I got back from the show. So, you know, that's kind of how things happen. But so anyway, I didn't buy anything while I was there. I have my eyes on some things, and I'm still considering buying some stuff that I saw there. But I did pick up 2 other things. And what I mean by that is prior to the summit, Heritage had an auction, and I won a couple books from it. It was an EC auction, and that was crazy. Those EC books were going for crazy amounts of money, and I was getting destroyed, as I always feel like I do when I get into these heritage auctions. I feel like I'm putting in big bids, but I end up getting the crud kicked out of me. But I did end up with 2 books, and here they are. And I picked them up while I was down there, which is kind of a cool thing that Heritage allows. If you're down in the area, you can set up pickups. So a lot of people do that when they go down to Summit, and they've won recent auctions. They set up pickups. You don't have to pay for shipping. So I got these 2 books. So Weird Science, it's over here. Weird Science 13 and Vault of Horror 23. Both of them are 9.4s, and both of them are Gaines file copies. So I was happy to get them. They're both, here, I'll show you a little bit of a close-up on that one, and then a little bit on the Vault of Horror. So Johnny Craig cover, Wally Wood cover, old labels. So I'm going to send these in to get reholdered and get the pedigree label, which are the gold and black labels. And also, which is kind of neat, when you get a Gaines file copy, not all of them still have them. These ones did. You get the certificate of authenticity. So the COA comes with it. Trying to get the glare off of it for you. So essentially what it says, I think I've shown these before in my videos, but Bill Gaines kept 12 copies of every single EC book that he had. I'm pretty sure it was every single one. And what he did was he created a COA for each of those 12 copies, and he picked the 12 best copies that he could find, and he numbered them. So this one, for instance, is number 11 out of the 12, and it's a 9.4. And then this one is number 9 out of the 12 they had, the Weird Science 13. So again, I think I have quite a few Gaines File copies now. I just like picking those up, although they're tough. If you're trying for 9.6 or 9.8 or even high grades of the big keys, they're getting out of reach. But I think I have the COAs for all but maybe one. So, but that's it. So again, the summit itself was great. It was great catching up with all the people that most of them I only get to see then, right? Once a year. And I keep up with them through like Instagram or emails and maybe talking on the phone once in a while. And it's kind of an exhausting weekend. There's a lot going on. And I know there are a lot of people that even do a lot more than I do, right? They're going out until like the wee hours of the morning. And I do a little bit of that, but you know, other people have a lot more energy than I do. So it's a good time for bonding. If you haven't had a chance to go, and you like Golden Age, Pre-Code Horror, big keys, even Silver Age stuff, right? There are huge keys there and really high grade. If you like that stuff and you want to see it, you want to go to Heritage, you want to get a tour. I forgot about that. The Heritage tour was extended this year. It was really good. They showed us a lot more stuff. And I didn't make a note of this in the video, but they actually let us take video during the tour just in the comic area where we're seeing some of the artwork and some of the pulps. So I took a little bit of video there. So that was neat as well. So these places are letting us take a little bit more video and getting more comfortable with us. But again, great job. And Nate, who puts this together every single year, does a fantastic job. And I don't know who else helps him with it, but, you know, thanks to them as well. You know, can't say enough good things about it. And of course, I'm looking forward to next year as well. So that's it. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you were there and I didn't have a chance to talk to you. Or if you'd like to go in the future, just leave me some comments on your thoughts on the whole thing. And what do I have coming up next? We have Motor City Comic Con, so I'm going to put at least one video together on that. And we've got a whole bunch of holiday stuff coming up that we'll put out there. And of course, some more price analysis videos as well. So that's it. Hope everyone is getting ready for Thanksgiving. And until next time, have a great day.